Welcome back. Now, manifestation may be a powerful tool for manifesting a life that is in alignment with your deepest desires and values. You may, materialize or manifest a life that provides you joy, fulfillment, and a profound feeling of purpose by aligning your thoughts, your beliefs, your intentions, and actions with your vision of meaningful living. Now, this morning, we're joined by Banesa Tseki, yoga teacher, brand strategist, and wellness entrepreneur, who will share insights on how to manifest your dreams in 2024. Banesa, very good morning. Thanks for joining us. Welcome.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Very interesting discussion we will have. First and foremost, what is manifestation and does it really work?
So manifestation is one of the universal laws, and it is the belief that through your thoughts and actions, you're able to think something that you really want and manifest it in your everyday reality. And it definitely works for me and millions of people around the world.
Okay. How do we manifest correctly?
So manifesting correctly is really important. I think you need to make sure that you're very specific about what you're asking for. So don't be vague and say, oh, I just want to be a billionaire, because there are many ways to be a billionaire, like, for example, getting into an accident and getting the RAF, So you got to be specific, right? So it's like, maybe I want to earn $1 billion or earn $1 million. And I call them smart ways. So you're specific, they must be measurable. So there must be some way that you can measure this goal. You have to take action. You can't just sit in your bedroom and manifest a Bentley. You actually then need to go out and take the action to do so and be realistic. But that doesn't mean dream small. It just means let's work with something in the reality of the world. And then last but not least, time bound is really nice. So you don't just throw it out there and wait for the next 50 years. Maybe say in a year I want 300,000, or in 6 months, and that kind of helps you create a container for your manifestation.
So when you manifest, who do you speak to?
When you're speaking to the universe, but also depending on your religious beliefs, you might be speaking to God, you might be speaking to the universe, you might just be speaking to an unknown entity. But it's really, or you could be speaking to yourself, really, because you're manifesting this. So when I usually speak to God, and I'm speaking to myself as well.
So when you speak to yourself, one then wonders if I have the power to give myself what I'm manifesting. Do I really have that power?
That's exactly what you're doing. You're the one who's manifesting it. The power lies within you, and that's why it's such an empowering practice to do. So it works with a vibrational frequency. So I really, really want to manifest being on the show with you. So I think about this a lot, I watch this a lot, and then this sort of puts me in that frequency where I bump into you at coffee and, hey, you're like, hey, why don't you come join? And that's kind of me having manifested. That's a very basic sort of example. It's a bit more complicated, but I think that serves the purpose.
Yeah, complicated it is. It definitely is complicated. Because if you look at it deeply, is there a particular force that you are aligned with as you make that manifestation? Or put simply, do I align it with my Christian beliefs? Or do I align it with my ancestral beliefs? Is there a supernatural force that I have to align with in order to ensure that my manifestation comes to pass?
I would say, when you think of another law of the universe, such as gravity, when you think of the law of gravity, who's governing that law? And whoever you believe is governing that law would be the same entity that you'd be speaking to with manifestation. So it could be science for some, it could be God for others, the universe, etc. So you're sort of aligning it to that. There's no prescribed entity in any way that you need to align to.
Okay. And what's that secret power to manifesting?
It's believing that it's possible.
Believing, got you.
Yes, you've got to really believe that it's possible and know that it's yours. And then you start to act in that way, and the universe can't tell the difference of whether this has happened or not, and they just send it to you.
And how many times a day do I have to manifest?
So it depends on there are many types of ways to manifest. There's a trend on TikTok of the 10-10 rule, or the 3-6-9, which is say 3 times in the morning, 6 times in the afternoon, 9 times in the evening. I, on the other hand, just tend to like to when I really want something, I naturally think about it a lot. I do vision boarding. Other people speak of prayer. They pray in the morning, they pray in the evening. So there are many ways to manifest, depending on your beliefs, I guess.
What is vision boarding? I mean, what's a vision board and how does it help to manifest those manifestations before they come true?
I love that. So vision boarding is one of my favorite tools for manifestation, and it's basically where you get pictures or images or words and you cut them out of magazines or print them off of the internet, and you post, you sort of press stick them on a piece of paper in a collage form. And it could be anything. If you want to go to a trip in Bali, you'd put something that represents that. If you want to get pregnant or want a partner in love, you'd put something that symbolizes that. And that's kind of is a physical, tangible manifestation that you see every day, and that allows you to keep that vibration of what you want. So I would post it in my closet, so every time I open my closet I see all the things, and it seems to, for me, have worked in the past.
Can I find true love through vision boarding?
I believe you can. I don't think you're finding it through vision boarding. It's a tool. You can find true love through your desire for true love.
Can someone give me a piece of paper, please? So have you ever heard of stories from other people who've manifested their dreams and their dreams have come true today as a result of that manifestation?
Countless stories. Even this week, I've been having a lot of discussions about manifestation, and people have been calling in and speaking about how this is truly something that works. I don't think I've met anyone who doesn't believe they've manifested. It's just that they didn't think that they were doing it or didn't call it that. But all of us can attest to a time where you really wanted something, and coincidentally, it suddenly came into your life, and you're like, wow. And in this sort of a mind frame, you don't really believe in coincidences. It's really about manifesting your dreams and your own power.
Can other people hinder your vision?
I love that. No, people can't hinder your vision, but your belief that people are hindering your vision will hinder your vision, if that makes sense.
What if through their words, they speak negative words into your life? Can those words help, to manifest that negativity into my life?
No. When they manifest negativity, that's an impact that's on them, and they're manifesting negativity for themselves. You yourself, only if you buy into that negativity. If those words affect you and you buy into it and you become negative, obviously your outcome will be negative. So it's really nice to just cut out the noise when you're manifesting.
Yeah, of course, of course. And how do you achieve positivity on some days when you're feeling down and out?
That's a really good question, and I think I'm a yoga practitioner and a yoga teacher, so I do a lot of mindful tools like meditation, yoga practices. Some people go to the gym or use art. So I think it's really important to get yourself in a state of calmness where you really can feel like you deserve the things that you're manifesting, because that could hinder you. If you think you don't deserve that job and you're manifesting that, what the universe is picking up on is that limiting self-belief.
Sure. And is there a time frame that you can give your manifestation, or do you have to simply trust the process? Like if I'm telling myself that I want to have about 500,000 Rand in my account in 3 months, would that happen within that desired time frame?
It's a combination of all that you said, but I really love you said trust the process. So that's the main point of it. But it is important to have a time frame, but that's why we also add some realism to it. So saying I want 300,000 in 3 days, if that's not in the context of your work, if that's not very likely, then no, let's be realistic. And for me, it would take probably a year to do so. So I'd say I want it in 12 months. For other people, it could be 3 months or maybe even 3 years. So really be realistic, and you know what realism is according to your reality.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there a thin line between manifestation and luck?
I don't think. Luck for me is preparation and opportunity meeting. So I do think the preparation would be the manifestation. So I think that would be
so they're interlinked
yeah, I
in a way.
guess so, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the power of words. Is it the same thing as manifesting?
Absolutely. So words, speaking things into being is a way to manifest. So you saying, "Oh, I'm gonna marry that woman right there," is in of itself a manifestation. And a lot of people will tell you that that's what he said that to his friends. He saw me and he said, "I'm gonna marry you," or came up to me. You manifested that literally with words.
And I've heard so many people say so many different things, negative things, and it happens in their lives, positive things, and it happens in their lives. Someone said to me that even if you make it a joke, the universe doesn't know that you're actually making a joke. The universe can't tell the difference that you're joking. So if you tell yourself, I'm poor, vele you will be poor. I'm actually reminded of an ANC councillor in the city of Joburg who said the other day that, quote unquote, over my dead body will a DA person take over the city of Johannesburg? And lo and behold, the Democratic Alliance won the city of Joburg and Herman Mashaba was elected as mayor. And on the day of her swearing in, she collapsed and died at the chambers. So that was a manifestation of her words. Over her dead body, did a DA person take over as mayor? So that is powerful.
That is extremely powerful and so tangible, and it's unfortunate as well. But yeah, it does show you that the power of your words is a real thing. And if you really do believe it, then you literally have already put it in stone. I wish she had said something different.
Yeah. And then winning the lottery?
I mean, I think a lot of us, the universe is getting a clogged up call on that one.
I know, right?
Literally. So I guess, yeah, winning the lottery, there are people who have won the lottery and perhaps they have manifested it. But I mean, be realistic with the kind of luck or kind of way the universe works with you. I know I'm not the kind of person who wins stuff. So if I'm going to win that kind of money, it's going to come from some work. So that's just me. Other people are very lucky.
What do you mean by being realistic about what you want?
So being realistic is knowing if I say, if I'm 45 years old or 50 years old and I say, I manifest to be a rapper, it's like, okay, I mean, I don't want to stop anyone, like dream big, but being realistic, just looking at rappers when they tend to peak in their career already in your 30s, it's a bit late. So let's just be realistic, maybe be a manager of a rapper or own a record label.
You know, unfortunately, we are out of time. But, you know, with the power of my manifestation, I want to go on with this interview.
Let's try it.
All right, Banesa, lovely chatting to you. Hey, thank you so much for sharing your insights with us. And I've learned so much from this.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
Great stuff. We just spoke to Banesa Tseki about manifestation and manifesting the year we want for ourselves using wellness tools and resources.